Hello and welcome to this presentation about Hamburg as a model city for future mobility, or as we call it, Traffic 4.0. My name is Tobias Brzoskowski and I'm Key Account Manager for ITS Hamburg, which is the Hamburg Bureau for Intelligent Transport Systems. But before I go into more details about what we actually do, I would first like to give you an introduction of what we understand as Traffic 4.0, or the future of mobility. So, Traffic 4.0 and intelligent transport systems are for us here in Hamburg essential parts of the future of mobility. What does that mean? Of course, the term Traffic 4.0 and ITS are derived from Industry 4.0, meaning that we digitize our traffic systems in order to create connected transport solutions. And these connected transport solutions are then to create more efficient, more safe and more sustainable means and ways of transporting passengers and freight in our city. So this is what we generally pursue as our mission. Those are the three goals that we have. And in terms of technology that we use, there's actually quite a lot to see already in Hamburg and quite a lot in use. The big topics that we are pursuing here in the city are, of course, autonomous driving, as you can see on the top left. We pursue autonomous driving because we see it as a game changer in mobility, also in urban mobility. And from our perspective, from the city perspective, it is very important to understand how more or highly automated cars and highly automated vehicles in general will actually change our infrastructure or will change the need for infrastructure. And this is why we actually do a lot of research projects and already testing on this. Already mentioned the infrastructure, of course, also on the bottom left, very important for us. As I said, when mobility changes and when vehicle change, that actually puts a lot of request for change also on us as a city. And this means that we need to enable our infrastructure to keep up with that development. So intelligent infrastructure is an infrastructure that not only communicates to the vehicles in the city, but that also actively gathers data, and these data can then be used for analysis or also to open the data for other use cases, as I will explain and show you later in the project. And this leads us actually to the moving data and traffic management themes that we have in the city. This really means live data that can be used for better traffic analysis and for better traffic management, because what you need to know is that Hamburg is a very complex city when it comes to traffic. We have a port which is really in the center of the city, in the heart of the city, and we also have a very complex scenario when it comes to the highways that cross directly through the city in Hamburg. So this is Hamburg actually a city with a lot of bottlenecks when it comes to traffic, and this is why we need intelligence, this is why we need intelligent transport systems and the data that come with it to have more efficient ways of managing that. And last but not least, because very important for us also, is this complex interplay between mobility services, multimodality and mobility apps. So in general, of course, for us, it's also a goal and a mission to reduce car usage in the city. We are aiming to reduce the modal split in individual car mobility. And we can do that by offering better services. We are convinced that mobility as a service in combination with a strong public transport will actually be a good incentive to change ways of moving around the city, less car usage. And this is why we have a lot of research, why a lot of projects in this field as well. And all of this is actually based on a strategy. So the ITS strategy of the city of Hamburg was written in 2016. It was renewed a few years ago, 2019. And in general, you can say that this strategy has 6 pillars of action. This is where we group all our projects and all the undertakings that we do within these 6 pillars. And the general goals that we pursue are more or less what I already mentioned at the start. So we want to increase road safety, reduce traffic-related environment impacts, which is the sustainability aspect I already mentioned. But we also want to increase reliability and efficiency of the whole system. The two other goals we can see here, good and secure information collection, are of course very important for all of the pillars, without any doubt, and last but not least, of course, also promoting innovation within our city. So the 6 pillars that we have are data and information gathering, where it's really first about having insights on what is actually happening on our streets and also providing these insights to the outer world. So open data is crucial in this pillar. We have traffic control and routing. I already spoke about that. We have the intelligent infrastructure pillar, gathering data, communicating data, enabling our infrastructure. We also have intelligent parking, because parking, of course, is a crucial thing in such a dense area as Hamburg. And we have mobility as a service, already spoke about that, and autonomous and connected driving within these fields of action. And this is not just a strategy paper, this is important for me to mention that. It is also underlined with a lot of projects. So what you can see here is a screenshot from our project management dashboard. What we do here is we are monitoring all the projects currently going on in the city. And these 6 pillars are reflected directly here. It is in German, but I think you can understand. Data and information on the top left has most of our projects. A big priority is, of course, on that, because we see it as a first step, so to say, to enable different other areas of the strategy. We have intelligent traffic control and routing here, intelligent infrastructure, automated and connected driving, and mobility as a service, more or less all with the same amount of projects, and a little less in intelligent parking. And in order to give you a deeper understanding what is actually happening here in the city, I would like to give you some examples. The first example I would like to give you is our test track for automated and connected driving in the city. So this test track is, as you can see on the picture, in the heart of the city. This is the Hamburg city center, and the red line is where the test track is actually placed. It is a test track of approximately 9 kilometers. And the intersections on this test track are fully equipped with with infrastructure in order to enable vehicle-to-X communication technologies. So we installed all of these intersections with roadside units in order to give information to the users of highly automated vehicles on the test track here. It is provider independent, meaning that we have different OEMs and tier 1s already testing on this track. And it is what we are generally aiming at with this test track is that, first of all, we want to gather insights. So we need this experience with highly automated vehicles here in the city in order to really elaborate on driving in real case scenarios. So what we don't want to have, what we don't want to see here is driving in restricted areas, but really on the roads as they are built and in real traffic scenarios. And of course, also for us, it's very important to understand what requirements are now there for new infrastructures when we have highly automated vehicles in the city. Next project, also in the realm of automated and connected driving, is our project HEAT. HEAT stands for Hamburg Electric and Autonomous Transport, and it is a research project of the Hamburg Hochbahn, which is the public transport provider in the city. And together with this consortium, you can see them all down there. Those are different partners that we have in this project. And this project is also, of course, about automated and connected driving, but from another perspective. So you can see that HEAT is a people mover. These people movers are also on the street on other cities, but what we do here, or what is mostly interesting here for us in this project, is the interplay between this people mover and the infrastructure. So the HEAT test course is shorter than the test track for automated and connected driving, but it is very complex as well. We have a lot of left turning scenarios, we have bicycle and pedestrian crossings, so the most complex scenario you can imagine in the city. This is why we also restrict currently the speed to 25 kilometers, but it is running on level 4 in autonomous operations. And mostly, as I said, for us it's really interesting how can the infrastructure actually help the intelligence of the vehicle to navigate and to drive highly automated. Third on our list, just to give you a slight or better understanding, is BDMove. The project BDMove is actually also public transport based. And the idea is to equip traffic lights, to equip the intersections in the city in order to prioritize buses on our streets so that the flow of public transport is actually increased. So we are in the realm of intelligent traffic control and routing here. And of course here the goal is to make public transport more attractive. We want to speed up our buses in the city. And also, this is what can be seen here, we want to increase the safety for the vulnerable road users by enabling the intersections also with detection technology for vulnerable road users and then communicating it to the bus. So efficiency and safety are priority in this project. So now I would like to come to another project which is very important for us. It is the ITS World Congress this year in Hamburg. The ITS World Congress for us is part of the ITS strategy as well. It is the leading event in intelligent transport system, and it's actually taking place in Hamburg in October. We applied for this format because we believe that we have a lot to show in October. And of course, I would like to say that everyone is welcome to attend this event. It is a very international event though. We have usually 60% of our delegates coming from Europe and another 40% from around the world. And the industries that we see here at this event are mainly, of course, infrastructure providers, but also OEMs, everything that is happening in software around intelligent transport systems. So it is a very interesting mixture of, or composition of delegates coming to this event. The format of the ITS World Congress is actually threefold. It is first an exhibition, of course, but it's also about sessions. It is a conference that takes place, and it is, especially in Hamburg, a lot about demonstrations. As I said, we have a lot of real case traffic scenarios. We have a lot of projects that are already happening in the city, and we can show that to our visitors here in Hamburg in October. The program topics that you're going to see at the World Congress are automated and connected driving. This is, of course, a crucial topic, as I already said. We have mobility on demand, mobility as a service as another crucial topic. And the third big topic, I would say here, is the intelligent infrastructure layer. Apart from that, of course, we also have in Hamburg the topic of the goods journey to ports, from ports to customers, because as I said, we are a city with a huge harbor, and the connectivity between port and the traffic system in the city is so important for us. And we also have a layer in the program at the World Congress that is really about new services from new technology. So we are speaking about blockchain technology, we are speaking about quantum computing, but always with the focus, of course, on how it helps our traffic systems and what we can make use of that. You also see, for example, a drone here in the picture. This is also a topic we are thinking about quite a lot in Hamburg. So the third dimension and managing the traffic in the third dimension is also of relevance. And last but not least, the World Congress is shifting more and more in the last year towards a focus on citizen-centered solutions. So how can we build infrastructures in order to increase the quality of life actually in our cities, and how can we also integrate our citizens' wishes in our plannings. So this is an important layer for us as well here in the Congress. And this leaves me with the final end. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you in October in Hamburg to see all of the projects and all of our ambitions that I just showed you. Thank you. All right, and to finish up, I would like to give you some more impressions and moving pictures on what is currently happening in the city of Hamburg in our little video here.
Hi, are you also looking forward to 2021? Today, I'll share what's been happening with mobility in Hamburg lately and what you can expect at the ITS World Congress. Hamburg is alive and mobility gives it its pulse. I call it Hamburg Takt. The aim of the city is that no one has to wait more than 5 minutes for public transport. It's exciting and it's made for people in the Hanseatic city. I don't need to pay attention to timetables. I just move through the city when and how I want to. And I always find a connection. Last year's vision is now in progress. Heat is up and running. Tests for autonomous driving in the middle of the city. Crazy, isn't it? New mobility doesn't always need streets though. More and more drones are being used in Hamburg. For instance, to transport urgent lab samples between hospital and testing labs. Important deliveries for hospitals now go quickly and securely with Medifly, and there's no traffic congestion. I think the coolest thing is the Hamburg Takt. Timetables, they don't matter. I can switch between transport modes at any time and I'll always make my connection. Hamburg is planning 60 kilometers of new bike paths every year. And there are more and more bicycle parking garages. It's good for the climate and great for bike fans like me. I feel safe too. Hamburg focuses on less protected road users like cyclists. Our traffic authority is working with citizens to rethink how we do things, what makes sense and mobility safer. We'll see you next year in October. I'm looking forward to it. Feel the pulse of the city yourself. Experience lots of ITS projects and new alternatives for inner city mobility. Live.